Hi guys, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Welcome if you are new here, and welcome back if you are a returning viewer or subscriber. It's great to see you all. In this video, as you can see from the title, I thought I would just come on because Oxley's actually 3 months old today. So I thought I would pop on and give you like a 3-month update of like what's been happening, what he's doing, any issues we've been having, things like that. So I thought it'd just be quite nice to have it documented on my channel as well. Maybe I'll do like one every month. So yeah, I thought I would come on and give you that update. I also think I will do like a 0 to 3 month essentials video for like the newborn 4th trimester period, and then maybe every like 3 months I would do an updated one, so like 3 to 6 months essentials, 6 to 9 month essentials, so on and so on. So if that's something you want to see on my channel, then please either let me know on Instagram or let me know down in the comments, and I will look to get that filmed for you. But yes, let's get into today. But before we do, please can I ask that if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider it. It is totally free, and literally it's just a click of a button, so it's just underneath this video. You just click subscribe and you will be notified of all my future uploads. So please do consider going to do that, as it helps out my channel so much. So yeah, and for background, I currently have a nearly 3-year-old and a 3-month-old, 2 boys. So yeah, it's busy. How I get a chance to film videos, I don't know. This morning Adam has very kindly got the boys. I say very kindly, he's my husband and their dad, like that's what he should be doing. But I just said this morning, please can I go and film a couple of videos, and he was like, yeah, crack on, I'll watch them, because 2 is a lot. So yeah, I'm filming this and a Primark haul after, and then we're gonna go out for the day. So yeah, I will crack on so I don't take too long. So first off, I put about a routine. I don't really have one. I'm not the kind of mum that will like stick to a routine. I never did with Tommy when he turned out fine. A couple of reasons. I think it's very frustrating when you like implement a routine and it works like a couple of times and then it doesn't work. I find that incredibly frustrating. And I've seen other parents that do it as well, and like if it doesn't work you can see them like freaking out. So I never really done it with Tommy, and he's been great. So so like we don't do like bath, story, bed. Well, I mean he's 3 months, so we wouldn't be doing a story, but you know, we've never been those parents that are like, right, at 7 o'clock you have your bath, or you know, and then at this time we do this. We've just kind of gone with the flow within reason, and it seems to have worked out for us. So the answer to that is we don't really have one. He feeds every 3.5 to 4 hours, so, and sometimes overnight he'll go like 5 or 6 hours, so that's probably the only kind of routine we have. Next up, I've put about his weight, which he got weighed by the health visitor this week, and he weighed 14 pounds 7 ounces, so he's a right little chunker. He's still in 0 to 3 months clothing, which still fits mostly. There's a few bits that I have started packing away because I'm like, well, that's a bit tight, isn't it? So yes, I have. Yeah, he's in 3. It's because I've sorted out 3 to 6 months clothing, I'm getting a bit confused. Yeah, so he's still in 0 to 3 months, but I'm pretty sure over the next few weeks I'll be starting to sort of switch over. I've been through all his 3 to 6 month stuff, and I just wanted to I wanted to go through it to see what I could sell on Vinted, so I've got a lovely Vinted pile, and I'll link it down below as well. I wanted to know if we like needed anything specifically. I'd probably say we maybe need some baby grows, and there is an outfit I've seen that I really like, but I'm debating whether to buy that in 3 to 6 or 6 to 9. It's from Next. You'll know which one it is if you know me. I had the stripy vest with the zebra dungarees. They've now brought it out in a newer version where the zebras are giraffes, and I'm a little bit obsessed. So I might go and get that for him, but who knows. We're digressing from this update. You know I like to do that, my mind just goes off. Food, he is still on Kendamil from birth milk, which is stage 1. He's still on that. We go through about a tin a week, or a tin every 10 days. So yeah, it's very expensive. Let me say, I wouldn't have minded if he'd been another dairy-free child, to be honest. Just saying. But yeah, he's on Kendamil. He takes about 5 ounces every 3.5 to 4 hours. Sometimes a bit longer if he's been asleep, so there's no real like set thing with that either. That does bring me on to his feeding issues. So if you have been following me on my Instagram at Home with the Hodgsons, you will know that I was saying about he really was weird about feeding. He'd just like literally take an ounce, and that it would be a fight to do that. So we wondered if it was like the milk, or was he getting a dairy allergy, or did he have tongue tie? We were going all over the shop. But the reason I followed it on from the food is because it all started happening when we put him up to 6 ounces. I don't know if it's a coincidence or it's just one of those things, but I've taken him back down to 5 and he seems to be fine. So I'm not gonna lie, I've got a little bit of PTSD about moving him up to 6 again, but I'm sure we'll do it at some point. But yeah, for now he's on 5. And for now the feeding issues have rectified. He can still be a tiny bit fussy, but like it's a lot better than it was. He would literally be like flinging the bottle out of his mouth and like crying, but you'd almost feel it. Before I saw the reaction in his face, obviously because I'm holding him, you could feel his body just being like, nah, this ain't happening. He'd just go like really like stressed, if you know what I mean, in his body. So yeah, that wasn't great. But he would feed through the night absolutely fine. I think it was just because he was a bit sleepy. So yeah, they have rectified for now, and let's hope it stays that way. He is very smiley. He's like, say laughing, he's like giggling a bit, and very cooey when you're like looking at him, and he loves smiling at Tommy. Like literally, if he's in his bouncer chair and Tommy's like next to him and like looking at him, he loves smiling at Tommy, which is just so cute. Like literally their like bond is so adorable. Like I can't wait for, I don't want to wish it away, but I literally can't wait for Oxley to grow up so that I can see their like little proper brotherly bond. It's gonna be so cute, so cute. And I can match them in all their clothes, because when they're older it'll be easier because they'll be in the same age range. Like Tommy will be in age like 7 and Oxley will be in like age 4 or 5, and I can get them from the same range. So let me tell you, matching brothers when one's a baby and one's in the younger boys section, bloody odd. Not the one. So yeah, I'm quite excited for that, but I don't want him to grow up too fast. He's sleeping. He, like I said, he's a really good sleeper, to be fair. He, depending on his last feed of the night, that's always different, and that's probably again why we don't have a routine, because his feeds can be all over the place. Not in a bad way, but we're not, again, it's not 10 to 6, 10 to 6 every day. It's absolutely not that. That was kind of one of the perks of neonatal with Tommy, is he did actually stick to that routine because that's all he knew. But yeah, with a full-term newborn, not so much. So depending on like when his last feed is, we obviously give him that. So if his last feed is technically like 7:30, 8 o'clock, we then sometimes make a decision whether we're just going to go to bed at like 9, half 9 and put him down with us and see what happens, or like depending on how much of the last bottle he took, we will sometimes give him a dream feed. So it's a very loose plan. Like last night, for example, he fed at 7:30 and we watched a film, and then we were like, okay, we're gonna go to bed, and we went to bed about 10:15, I think, and he woke up at 11:30 for a feed, which is fine. So yeah, I think had we given him a dream feed, he wouldn't have taken any of it. So yeah, and also you don't want to waste milk, especially when it's bloody expensive. So yeah, we just kind of work on his cues and everything. If he'd have woken up when we put him to bed, probably would have fed him as well, but I always find it quite telling when you put them down that they don't wake up. So I'm like, well, you're not that hungry because you're not waking up. So yeah. Anyways, mum, please don't come for me. I'm just kind of doing what works for him and us. So yeah. And then he had a health visitor appointment, which I think is kind of a new thing, but from what I was gathering, they're stopping it anyway. This is in Bedfordshire, so I don't know if it's the same elsewhere, but it was like a 3-month check. He got weighed, his length measured and his head circumference done. And she just like checked him over and asked how his feeding was going, how his sleeping was, and how I was, and all of that. So yeah, it was pretty much a tick box exercise. Nothing to report from that, apart from he weighed 14.7 pounds. So, and then more of a me thing. I got just this last week. I got discharged from Ocean. Because I'm, you know, not pregnant and I'm out of the 4th trimester today. So I have been discharged from the birth trauma team Ocean that's run through my hospital, which is quite sad. But yeah, I don't really know why I'm sad. It was a little bit of like a comfort blanket, I think. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it was just nice to have to talk through like your thoughts and feelings. Like obviously I do that with Adam, but he's not like a therapist. Yeah, I don't know, it's just really weird to think. I think when I had like thoughts and I wanted to talk about them, like regarding the birth and what happened with Tommy and what happened with Oxley and all the trauma that went with them, it was always, oh, I've got an appointment on this day so I can talk about it then, and now I don't have that anymore, and it's like, oh, okay. Bugger. So yeah, but honestly, if you are watching this and you are like from the Bedfordshire area, or even if you're not, just ask your hospital if they have this kind of facility as well. So yeah, it's called, in Bedford, it's called the Ocean Team, and they are a birth trauma and wellbeing like service. It's totally free, and you can get referred by your midwife, or you can ask to be referred, which is what I do. Well, I got referred by the midwife, and I had an assessment and they decided that I was suitable. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing. Like, I wouldn't have survived pregnancy without them, so yeah, it's definitely worth doing. But I think that is it for a 3-month update. Yeah, I can't believe he's 3 months. It's mad. Like, I feel like literally he popped out and he's now 3 months old, and it's been like no time has passed. Absolutely ridiculous. Hopefully over the next couple of months we'll get this nursery finished. It doesn't need too much, to be fair. I need to put some shelves up there. I want to get one of those balloons, like material balloons with his name on. So it just needs a bit of a fluff in here. And obviously, yeah, we didn't really use it yet. So, but yeah, I do want to get it finished and like nice, so that it actually feels like his room. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else to update you on. I think all my points I've covered. Yeah, there's no teeth or anything yet, so that's good. Not looking forward to that. But yeah, I will hopefully be filming a 4-month update for you guys, which will be in like a month, which is just so depressing. Literally, I just hate my kids growing up. Like the fact that Tommy's going to be 3 in like 6 weeks literally makes me want to die. Like I cannot cope. Like, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go before I become an emotional mess. Yeah. God. This is why people don't stop having kids, because they grow up and you're like, huh. But I'm going to go because I'm waffling. But I hope you enjoyed this 3-month update. Like I said, I'm going to probably aim to give you like these updates every month, and then I will do like an essentials update every 3 months. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming to do, and hopefully can carry on bringing you a mixture of content on my channel. But like I said at the beginning, if you did like this, please do consider subscribing. Like I said, underneath, click the button, totally free, few moments. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye guys.